Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news of a giant profit at a global banking giant. But first, after 3 consecutive rises, today's dairy auction paused for breath, down an insignificant 0.5% and holding on to the 12.9% of the 13.5% gains over the past 4 auctions. In New Zealand dollars, today's slip was a little higher at minus 1.2%, but still represents a hold. Disappointingly, whole milk powder prices were signalled to rise 2.3% again by the derivatives market, but in the end only managed a 0.3% gain. S&P prices dipped 3%. Today's auction won't change any payout forecast though. Also taking a breather is Wall Street, where opening prices after the Washington's birthday holiday are lower. The S&P 500 was down, although right now it's back about even. And back from the weekend, the US Treasury sold $179 billion of securities as it works to rebuild its cash balances, with yields at its auctions of 3-month and 6-month debt rising to levels unseen since 2008. And more US debt will be sold later in the week, also at beefed up volumes. Banking giant HSBC has reported a 17% rise in profits in 2017. It is a bank that has $2.5 trillion in assets and makes $11.9 billion in tax-paid profit. That's up 245% on 2016, which was considered a tough year though. And it paid 30.1% in income tax this year, boosted by the impact of the new US tax measures. HSBC is nominally a British bank, but it is so global that it can arbitrage its position amongst many jurisdictions. Most of its assets and profits are based in Asia. In the EU, the recent strong improvement in consumer sentiment stopped in January. A further 1% rise was expected, but only a decrease was measured, its first in over a year. In Australia, the central bank says there are pockets of financial stress amongst highly indebted household sectors and is closely watching how customers with interest-only loans manage when they are required to start paying back principal over the coming years. But they are playing down the threat to the overall banking system from high housing debt, saying the risks to financial stability from the mortgage debt were not particularly acute. In New York, the US Treasury market has opened higher and the 10-year yield is up strongly to 2.91%. The gold price is down sharply, now at $1,329 an ounce, a fall of $17. Oil prices are holding high, with the US benchmark now just under $62 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is now to $65.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is little changed this morning at 73.5 US cents. On the cross rates, we are stable too at 93.1 Aussie cents and 59.6 Euro cents. That leaves the TWI unchanged at 74.5. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.